Hey guys, Corey here, barely bolted. And we got a special little present today in the mail. So let me show you what we're working with. All right, so we got this in the mail today. I gotta explain a little bit about what we're doing here. So the truck needs brake lines. So could I have gone on like Inline Brake or one of those other brake companies and bought the pre-made lines? Yes, I certainly could have. However, it was about $189 before shipping, and that would give me all the brake lines for the truck. Seems like an easy way to go about it. But the more I got thinking about it, I was like, this is just our first project. We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of other cars and trucks. This is a long-term thing. Why not invest in the tools to be able to do it ourselves and then get the brake line and the fittings and all that, and we'll just make our own brake lines. So that's what we're gonna do. All the research I did, nickel copper is what you want if you are doing brake lines. It's corrosion resistant, it's easy to manipulate, it's easy to bend. Stainless look nice. It's harder to make the flares, and it's also harder to bend. So nickel copper, I guess, is kind of the way to go. So we got two of those, that's 50 feet plus some fittings. We need to up our PPE game. We still have some frame work we need to do. We have more grinding to do. So we got two full respirator masks, the full face shield, filters, the whole deal. We got two of those guys. So we're nice and protected. And then, so the other part of this is like, I watched a video, I forget the channel name. I'll link it below. The guy went through how to make your own brake lines, the do's, the don'ts, using the bubble flares versus the whatever the other one's called, the standard flares. He showed a tool in his video, which is in this box. He said, you know, for everything that Harbor Freight's good for, don't waste your time with the cheap $29.99. He's like, spend the money, get a good tool. So this is what the tool is. Ooh, like this. So it's an LD1600 brake line flaring tool. Comes with all the dies. This has to be put in a vise. I have a vise, but it has all the flares. Got different settings for each one. You kind of just cycle through them. So when we get ready to use this, you know, we will show you how it works. I've been struggling to get this brake hose. This is for the F250 rear axle. I ordered it twice off the Jungle website, and apparently they like to shove any type of brake line in these boxes. And I've gotten two of these boxes, and it's been the wrong brake line both times. So yeah, when you struggle that much, you just go to the parts store. The way this works, this is a vent for the rear axle. Goes through, screws into the rear axle, and then it tees off to go to each wheel. And then this gets mounted to the frame, and then you make a line that goes from here to the front of the truck. So I'm gonna work on that and see how far we get. Okay, so we're gonna mount this into the back of the rear axle. So this screws in here. It's a 9/16 deep socket on that vent. This one goes to the front of the truck, and then this one here runs over the top of the axle and connects both rear drum brakes to this T fitting down here that we just screwed in. Okay, so now that we've got the hose mounted to the axle, you're gonna take this fitting, and there's a slotted portion on the frame here that's the exact dimension of this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use a clip like this to hold it in. There we go. So put the clip underneath it. Put a little screwdriver on it and give it a few taps. Okay. Make sure that doesn't go anywhere. That looks good. And there you have that rear hose installed. It's clipped in there, and then it goes underneath down to the axle with the vent. Next order of business, creating a line that goes from here over to this drum and from here over to the other drum. That's going to be difficult to get off because it's so corroded over here. So we got to figure all that out. All right, moment of truth. broke free. So that rear line that connects to the drums, I'm using a 7/16 socket. You can get a socket on there if the line's, I cut the line right here at the tip. I actually can't really. So yeah, that's what I did. That was a 7/16. The other side, 7/16 socket. So we installed the brake hose with the T connector. Now I'm going to show you how to do the brake lines. So if you're working with brake line that comes spooled, what I found that works really well is you put the flat part on the bench, and then you kind of roll it out and keep pressure against the bench. And that gives you a nice, then if you need more, you just come to the bend, just kind of keep going. That seems to flatten it out pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go get a quick measurement of this and see kind of what I need. So this is gonna be 2 brake lines. I'm gonna do the long side first, which goes up and over the top of the axle. And I think I want a little bit more just to be safe. I've got plenty of lines. I'm not worried about having a little bit of waste. And then once you think you got enough, you're gonna use a cutter. So this comes with the tool. I'll show you the toolkit here in a second. All you're gonna do is you're gonna put the line kind of in between the ball bearings, and then you're gonna snug it down. This is just like a pipe cutter if you've ever used a pipe cutter before. Don't over tighten it because then you'll chip the blade. So snug it, turn, 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 snug, do some more turns, and rinse repeat until you have more than one piece of brake line. All right, so we got our piece cut, 1 side, 2 sides, and now you need to deburr it. So the tool will come with some deburring tools. These are not the best. The hand tool that they give you to put them in feels kind of trashy. So what I've done is I take my drill, probably not best practice, but this is what has been working for me. I've also been taking a piece of sandpaper and just kind of go over the end a little bit, just to kind of smooth it over, make sure we're good. Now we got a piece of brake line ready to roll. So first step, don't forget to put your end on. So our rear brakes use a different size. So previously we've used 3/8 inverted fitting. These rear drums take a 7/16 inverted. So make sure you're using the right one. Again, it's still for a 3/16 line. Over here, I'll show you this tool. All right, so I watched another YouTuber kind of review this tool, and that's why I bought it. I would have done what probably most people do and go to Harbor Freight and got a cheap brake line tool, and I would have been really disappointed. And so let me just give you a little tutorial here. You're gonna take your brake line. These are called die. So your line is gonna go inside this die, and this soft material is gonna get formed based on the configuration that we choose. So your die goes in like that. We're doing the 45-degree 3/16. You put your line in like this, put this down like that. It's okay if it's sticking over for now. You close this over, you slide this through, okay? Now you're gonna snug this down. You're not gonna tighten, you're just gonna snug it. And then on this dial, different operations. So the first operation we're gonna do is operation 0. So what that does is that sets the width and the distance of the die and the forming tool. So we're on operation 0, so we do that. See how the line is moving? Okay. Next, you're gonna wanna get yourself a little bit of oil, machinist oil, a light motor oil. I'm using, if you've seen some of my other videos on my other channel, I'm using an RC oil. It's just like a little synthetic oil, and a little needle dropper. So you just oil the tip of the line ever so much. So then we're gonna go and we're gonna select operation 1, 3/16. And that's because we're doing a bubble flare. If you want to do a din flare, you have the din flare here. We're doing a bubble flare. So the first thing you do is you tighten this down all the way and slide that out of the way. We've already done operation 0, so we're zeroed. Operation 1, 3/16 line. Okay, pull it back. Then we go to operation 2. Operation 2, 3/16. That's the line size that we're using. Do it again. That's it. Our flare is done for that side. Don't forget to put your fitting on. Release this. Pull this out. Now your line will be free. And we have, at that point, a very nice looking flare. Take our fitting, make sure it's in the right orientation, send it over. That's one side that's done. Screw in, we have to do the other side, but we're not gonna do the other side yet. So the reason we're not doing the other side yet is because I'm gonna size up this line. I'm gonna size up the line and make sure that I've got the exact length. Then I'm gonna come back. I will cut it if need be, deburr if I need to, put another end on, and then, or put another fitting on, and then we'll flare the other side, and then we should be ready to rock and roll. Always give yourself a little extra, because you can always bend this stuff in a way that leaves you plenty of room, but you can't put it back, you know what I mean? Okay. All right, so now we need ends, flares. I ended up having to recut both ends of this brake line and kind of resize it. So what you see me doing here is adding new flares and putting the fittings on. Ta-da! Brake line done. Time to install. It's easy. Save your money. Get the tool. And you can do them whenever you want, just for fun. Go slow here. You've got to kind of manipulate this line in a way that's going to fit through these brackets. And you don't want to bend it too fast and kink the line, because then you'll have to be recreate it. So just take your time. You know, what I do here is I screw one side in, and then I kind of form fit as I go, little by little, making sure that, you know, I'm only making small radius bends. I just want to highlight a little snafu that I ran into. So I have to remake this line. The fitting for here into the hose is a different size than the one that goes back here. So I believe that's the 3/8, and this up here is the 7/16, but I got to redo that line. So, all right, so our rear brakes are basically almost done, kind of. So we've got our lines connected to our drums. We did the T-fitting. We're over the top, we're routed everywhere. We're not touching any metal, we're not rubbing. However, you would say, Corey, what about replacing this line and hooking up to this fitting up here that we made? That's to be continued. And the reason it's to be continued is I kind of want to help running this line all the way up the frame because we have to get it in that channel, and that seems like a lot solo. However, there's another reason. So up here in the front, so we have done the front brakes. I did this stuff off camera. Here's going to the front part of the master cylinder, my brake work. So anyway, these holes here are where the rear ABS mounts, and our rear ABS is bad, and I guess it's pretty common for these things to go bad, to the point where you can only really buy remanufactured rear ABS units. On the F450, they didn't use a rear ABS unit. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a rear ABS delete. So basically this new line that we're gonna run here is gonna come up, it's gonna hit a connector in the frame, behind the frame here, and then we're gonna go from there up into the master cylinder proportioning valve. So yeah, I think that'll be in the next video. The other thing I wanna show you, to be continued, is our parts pile is building. We've got shocks, we've got tie rods, we've got an energy suspension kit, fuel tanks, new sending units. Here's our radiator support. Fenders are coming in today. We've got weather stripping, sway bar mounts, fuel tank, buffer strap or whatever. You gotta put this between the straps of the fuel tank. We got a lot of stuff that we gotta get on the truck. So the next video is gonna be a little bit more exciting, so stay tuned. Should be a lot going on. I have drum brakes coming in. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video, but we're making progress, and truck is gonna start looking like a truck. I think we're finally in the phase of putting this thing back together instead of taking it apart. All right, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe below.